So I had a question about timing for pad training or for conditioning for rounds for training for fights. Some guys are training for 2-minute round fights, 3-minute round fights, 5-minute round fights. Quite a lot of people have asked me and said, well, they've gassed in their first round or they've struggled in the first round, which is normal, especially for a first fight or even for your first few fights because there's a lot of stress. But a lot of times what's happened is the person has told me their training regime that they've trained the wrong timing for their rounds. So some people have had a 2-minute round fight or a 3-minute round fight and they thought they trained 5-minute rounds would be better because they're training more. Or the other idea people have done is they had a 2-minute round fight or 3-minute round fight, and instead of training for 3 rounds, which is what the fight was, they're training for 10 rounds, right? Thinking 10 rounds is better, right? The problem with that is you're kind of teaching your body to coast, right? Because your body knows it's going to be 10 rounds, you're going to try and hold out for 10 rounds. You should train balls to the wall for 3 rounds for the time period you're training for. So if you're doing 3 threes, that's what you're going to train. If you're doing 3 twos, that's what you're going to train. 3 fives, that's what you're going to train. 5 fives, that's what you're going to train. So all your training should be based upon working as hard as you can for the time period that you have for each round. And that will get your energy system used to explosiveness and conditioning for that kind of round. If you have a 3-minute round fight and you train 5-minute rounds thinking that's going to help you, all you're going to do is train at less intensity, and that's why you'll gas very quickly, because as soon as the intensity goes up, you know, that round's going to seem very, very long. Okay? So make sure you train the correct amount of timing for each round. Right? So if it's a 3-minute round, all your training for your pad training should be based on 3 minutes, and going hard for 3 minutes, right? So if you have 3 threes, I want you to go on the pads, go as hard as you can on the pads for 3 threes, and that's going to give you a little more stimulation to what you're going to expect. And you can do that with conditioning as well. Sometimes what we do with our circuit trainers, we'll make the circuit so you have 3 minutes of different exercises all combined with no rest. Just changing body type, so you go from upper body to lower body. That's how you're going to get your physical muscular rest, but you won't get a rest on your energy system, right? So that will give you a lot stronger conditioning.